Ladies and gentlemen, there comes a moment in every woman's life when she realizes that being nice has cost her far too much. Today I want to speak to the part of you that is tired of saying yes when you mean no, apologizing for your strength, and living a life dictated by others' expectations. Being nice isn't about kindness, it's often a code for self-sacrifice, invisibility, and denial of your power. The world doesn't need you to be nice, the world needs you to be authentic, decisive, and unapologetically you. Why? Because every time you dilute your truth to make others comfortable, you step further away from the greatness you were designed for. You're not here to conform, you're here to transform. So today I invite you to break free from the nice girl narrative. It's not about becoming unkind, it's about being aligned. Aligned with your truth, your vision, and the immense energy that resides within you. Let's explore the shift from nice to powerful, from meek to magnetic, and from invisible to unstoppable. Being nice doesn't mean being a doormat. It means having the courage to set boundaries while maintaining your integrity. Realize that you are not defined by others' approval. Your worth is inherent and limitless. Many people become addicted to the validation that comes from being agreeable. Recognize this pattern and choose freedom. When you constantly give without receiving, you deplete your energy. Focus on cultivating inner balance and maintaining your vibrational strength. Authenticity creates connection. Stop trading your authenticity for fleeting approval. Shift from scarcity to abundance. Stop believing that love, success, or opportunities will vanish if you assert yourself. A clear, compelling vision for your life will make it easier to say no to what doesn't serve you. Learn to regulate your emotions so that you're no longer a prisoner of guilt, fear, or shame when you speak your truth. Relationships are a constant flow of energy. If you're the one always giving, it creates imbalance and resentment. Every time you choose yourself, you send a message to the universe: I am worthy, I am enough, and I am here to thrive. Redefining what it means to be nice begins with understanding the deeper energy behind the word. Often, being nice is less about genuine kindness and more about an unconscious program running in the background, a program designed to keep us safe by seeking approval, avoiding conflict, and maintaining harmony at all costs. This pattern originates in our earliest experiences, where pleasing others might have been a strategy to feel loved, accepted, or valued. But here's the truth: living by this program disconnects you from your authentic self. It keeps you in a cycle of suppressing your truth to avoid discomfort, whether it's the discomfort of disappointing someone else or facing your own fear of rejection. Each time you abandon your inner voice to fit someone else's narrative, you reinforce that old limiting program. The redefinition begins when you start asking, what does my true self feel in this moment, and how can I express my truth in a way that honors my authenticity? Kindness flows naturally from an aligned state, but when nice becomes a mask to hide behind, it drains your energy and leaves you feeling resentful, invisible, and disconnected. Imagine shifting from this externalized way of living, one based on others' expectations, to an internalized approach where your actions come from a place of balance and self-respect. You're no longer being nice out of obligation or fear, but because it aligns with your higher state of being. When you step into this alignment, you radiate an energy of clarity and strength that others can feel. True transformation happens when you recognize that saying no to something misaligned is saying yes to your growth, your boundaries, and your evolution. It's not about rejecting kindness, it's about reclaiming your energy and ensuring that your actions are driven by love for yourself and others, not by fear or guilt. In this new definition of nice, you shift from a people pleaser to a person of integrity, from someone who reacts to the world to someone who creates it. This shift changes not only how others see you, but also how you see yourself. And that is the key to unlocking a new, empowered reality. Awakening to your worth is not simply a mental exercise, it's a journey into the deepest layers of your being, where your infinite potential resides. For too long, many of us have identified our value based on external markers, titles, roles, relationships, or the validation of others. But this is an illusion, a construct of the conditioned mind that keeps us tethered to a smaller version of ourselves. True worth is an intrinsic quality woven into the very fabric of who you are. It's not something you earn or prove, it's something you remember. The process begins by recognizing the ways you've been conditioned to diminish yourself, to seek approval, or to measure your value through comparison. These habits, deeply ingrained over years, operate like subconscious programs, dictating your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. To awaken to your worth, you must break free from the stories that no longer serve you. This requires going beyond the surface level of your mind and connecting to the limitless energy within you. Imagine for a moment that your worth is not dependent on anything external. It exists as a constant, like the rhythm of your heartbeat or the cycles of nature. When you shift your awareness inward and anchor yourself in this truth, you begin to access a power that is both quiet and unshakable. As you align with this deeper understanding, your external reality begins to change. You'll find that you no longer tolerate relationships or situations that diminish your energy. You'll naturally start to attract opportunities, people, and experiences that reflect your inner worth. This is not magic, it's the law of resonance. The energy you emit from a place of self-worth creates a magnetic field that draws similar vibrations into your life. This awakening is not about arrogance or ego, it's about standing in the fullness of who you are. When you know your worth, you no longer need to prove it to anyone. You stop over-explaining, over-apologizing, or overcompensating. Instead, you move through the world with a sense of peace and certainty, trusting that you are enough, just as you are. The beauty of this journey is that it doesn't just transform you, it ripples outward. When you awaken to your worth, you inspire others to do the same. You become a beacon, reminding those around you of their own inherent value. And in this way, your personal transformation becomes a collective one, creating a wave of empowerment that has the potential to change the world. Breaking the cycle of emotional addiction is one of the most liberating steps you can take on the journey to reclaiming your life. Emotional addiction doesn't happen by chance. It is the result of repeating familiar patterns of thought and feeling so many times that they become wired into your brain and body. These patterns become your baseline, the way you unconsciously define yourself and interact with the world. Think of the times you felt stuck in cycles of guilt, fear, or frustration. These emotions, though uncomfortable, can become strangely familiar, so familiar, in fact, that your body begins to crave them like a drug. It's not that you consciously want to feel small, overlooked, or unworthy, but your subconscious mind, conditioned by years of repetition, equates these emotions with survival. They're predictable, and to your brain, predictability feels safe. The first step to breaking this cycle is awareness. You must notice the moments when you are triggered into those old emotional states. Pay attention to your thoughts. Are they dwelling on past events, replaying old hurts, or anticipating future disappointments? Notice the sensations in your body, the tension or heaviness that accompanies these emotions. This awareness is key because you can't change what you aren't conscious of. Once you've recognized the pattern, it's time to disrupt it. Instead of allowing the old emotions to take over, consciously choose a new thought or feeling. Visualize a future version of yourself, one who is free from this emotional state. How does that version of you feel? What would they think? By focusing on this elevated state of being, you begin to overwrite the old patterns with new, empowering ones. This process is not just mental, it's deeply physiological. Each time you choose a new emotional response, you're rewiring your brain and teaching your body a new chemical signature. At first, it might feel unnatural, even uncomfortable, because you're breaking free from the familiarity of your past. But with consistent practice, you'll notice something extraordinary. Those old emotional triggers lose their grip on you. The beauty of breaking emotional addiction is that it unlocks your energy. Emotions like guilt, fear, and anger keep you trapped in a low energy state, unable to access the higher frequencies of joy, creativity, and love. When you free yourself from these old patterns, you liberate your energy to create, to heal, and to manifest a new reality. This is not just about feeling better, it's about becoming someone new. As you step into this higher emotional state, you'll find that the external world begins to mirror your internal transformation. Relationships improve, opportunities arise, and life feels more expansive. And most importantly, you'll realize that you are no longer defined by the past, you are defined by the future you are consciously creating. Mastering your energy is about taking full ownership of the life force within you, your thoughts, emotions, and intentions, and directing it with purpose and clarity. Everything in this universe, including you, is energy. Your thoughts generate electric impulses, and your emotions create magnetic fields. Together, they form the electromagnetic signature you send out into the world, which in turn determines the reality you experience. Most people live in a reactive state, letting their energy be controlled by external circumstances. A bad conversation, an unexpected setback, or a stressful day can drain their energy and shift them into survival mode. In this state, they operate from low-frequency emotions like fear, anger, or frustration, which keep them stuck in a loop of the same experiences day after day. But you have the power to break free from this reactive cycle and consciously elevate your state of being.